Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into something close to the heart of every Indian and fascinating for many of you around the world. We're going to talk about India's journey to independence and the best and worst things about living in this incredible country. Picture this, a land of spices, Bollywood and cows chilling on the highway, but also a land of resilience, of Gandhi and a billion dreams. So, whether you're from India, planning to visit or just curious, keep watching.
Picture this, it's 1947, the air is thick with anticipation and hope. After centuries under British rule, India is finally free. The struggle, the sacrifices all culminate in this historic moment. August 15th marked not just on calendars, but etched in the soul of every Indian. It's a date that signifies the dawn of a new era. It's the day we kicked out the colonizers. Politely, of course, we offered them chai and biscuits on their way out. A bit of humor in our history. Just kidding, but seriously, this date, huge. It's a milestone that changed the course of our nation. Think fireworks, parades, sweets being shared. The vibe is electric, man. The entire country lights up in celebration. It's like the entire country is having a mega birthday party and everyone's invited. The streets are alive with joy and festivity. We're talking flags everywhere, patriotic songs blasting and speeches that could make you laugh, cry and want to sign up for the army all at the same time. It's a roller coaster of emotions. It's a day where you really feel the unity, the shared history, the sheer audacity of hope that defines this crazy, beautiful country. The spirit of independence is palpable and it's a reminder of what we can achieve together.
Okay, let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Mahatma Gandhi. A name synonymous with peace and simplicity. This dude was like the OG minimalist superhero. He lived a life that was stripped down to the essentials, focusing on what truly mattered. No fancy gadgets, no violence, just pure, unadulterated willpower and a pair of chappals. His simplicity was his superpower. Gandhi believed in non-violence, or as we like to call it, the Ahimsa way. It was his guiding principle in every action he took. He was all about peaceful protests, civil disobedience, and basically annoying the British until they were like, fine, take your independence, we're going for a pint. His methods were unconventional, but incredibly effective. From the Salt Satyagraha to the Quit India movement, Gandhi led some seriously epic campaigns that shook the very foundations of British rule. These movements were not just protests, they were statements of intent and resilience. He showed the world that you don't need guns and bombs to bring down an empire. Just a whole lot of conviction and maybe a really good PR team. Gandhi's legacy is a testament to the power of peaceful resistance and the impact one individual can have on the world.
Okay, this chapter is a bit of a downer, but important nonetheless. The partition of India and Pakistan in 1947 was like that messy breakup you never really get over. Imagine drawing a line through a country, splitting families, friends, and communities overnight. It was brutal. Man, millions were displaced, and there was violence, chaos, and unimaginable suffering. The wounds of partition still run deep, a stark reminder of the human cost of division. It's a reminder that freedom often comes at a price, and that sometimes, even in victory, there's loss and pain that we carry with us. But it also reminds us of the resilience of the human spirit, the ability to rebuild and find hope even in the darkest of times.
All right, with independence secured, someone had to step up and lead this newly formed nation, right? Enter Jawaharlal Nehru, India's very first Prime Minister. This dude was basically the architect of modern India. He was all about democracy, secularism, and making India a global player. Think of him as the cool uncle who always had a plan, even if sometimes those plans didn't quite pan out. Nehru was a visionary leader, laying the foundation for India's future. He focused on education, industrialization, and building institutions that would stand the test of time. He wasn't perfect, nobody is, but he steered India through those crucial early years with a steady hand, a sharp mind, and a dapper wardrobe.
Now let's talk about the Indian flag because, let's face it, it's pretty badass. Adopted on July 22, 1947, the tricolor is more than just a piece of cloth. It's a symbol of everything India stands for. We've got saffron for courage and sacrifice, white for peace and truth, and green for faith and prosperity. And smack dab in the middle is the Ashoka Chakra, representing the eternal wheel of progress. This flag has seen it all, from the struggle for independence to the rise of India as a global power. It's a reminder of our past, a symbol of our present, and a beacon of hope for our future. Plus, it looks pretty damn good on t-shirts and coffee mugs.
So we've had Independence Day, but the party doesn't stop there. On January 26, 1950, India officially became a republic, and we got ourselves a constitution. Think of it as the ultimate rulebook for running a country, except this one is actually pretty awesome. Republic Day is all about celebrating that constitution, the values it enshrines, and the vision of an inclusive and just India. We're talking massive parades in Delhi, showcasing India's military might, cultural diversity, and the occasional gravity-defying motorcycle stunt. It's a day to reflect on how far we've come as a nation and to reaffirm our commitment to the ideals of democracy, equality, and justice for all.
All right, back to the freedom struggle. By 1942, Indians were done with British rule. Like, really done. Enter the Quit India movement, a pivotal moment in our history. Gandhi was like, all right, guys, time to show them what we're made of. And the entire nation responded with a resounding, hell yeah. From city streets to remote villages, people rose up in protest. There were strikes, demonstrations, and a whole lot of civil disobedience. The British tried to crack down, but the spirit of resistance was too strong. The Quit India movement was a turning point, showing the world that India's demand for freedom was unstoppable.
Now, no talk about India's freedom struggle would be complete without mentioning the Indian National Congress, or INC for short. This wasn't just any political party, it was like the OG startup of the freedom movement. Founded in 1885, the INC brought together leaders from all walks of life, lawyers, teachers, journalists, all united by the dream of a free India. From advocating for greater autonomy to leading mass movements, the INC was at the forefront of the freedom struggle. Think of them as the cool kids who organized all the best protests and rallies. They paved the way for India's independence, and their legacy continues to shape Indian politics today. Picture this: you're the last Viceroy of India, tasked with overseeing the transfer of power from the British Empire to a newly independent nation. Yeah, talk about an awkward going-away party. That was Lord Mountbatten's reality in 1947. He had the unenviable task of overseeing the partition, dealing with political turmoil and trying to ensure a smooth transition of power. It was a time of immense pressure and high stakes. Mountbatten's role was crucial, even if it was a bit, well, awkward. He played a key role in negotiating the terms of independence and trying to minimize the chaos of partition. It wasn't perfect, but hey, nobody's perfect, especially when you're trying to dismantle an empire.
All right, let's rewind a bit to 1857, a year that would forever change the course of Indian history. This was the year things got real, the year of the Sepoy Mutiny, or as we like to call it, the First War of Independence. It was a pivotal moment, a turning point that set the stage for future struggles. It all started with a rumor about those infamous greased cartridges, said to be coated with animal fat, a big no-no for both Hindu and Muslim soldiers. This seemingly small issue was the spark that ignited a massive fire. This sparked a rebellion, a wildfire of anger against British rule that spread like wildfire. The discontent had been simmering for years, and this was the final straw. From Meerut to Delhi, soldiers, farmers, and everyone in between rose up in arms. It was a united front, a diverse coalition of people who had had enough of British oppression. The 1857 revolt was brutally suppressed, but it left an indelible mark on India's psyche. The British might have won the battle, but the war for independence had just begun. It showed the British that their rule was not unchallenged and ignited a spark of resistance that would eventually lead to India's freedom. This was the beginning of a long and arduous journey towards independence, a journey fueled by the spirit of resistance and the desire for self-determination.
India is a land of contrasts, a place where ancient traditions meet modern ambitions. It's a country that's continuously evolving, overcoming challenges while celebrating its rich heritage. Whether you love the vibrant festivals, the delicious food, or the warm hospitality, there's something for everyone in India. And while there are challenges, the spirit of India lies in its resilience and its ability to grow stronger every day. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What's your favorite thing about India? Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.